back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about Champions League. 4 games were already played, but we're going to start with PSG against Barcelona.
Yeah, this was probably one of the best games out of all of them. And I think that's fair to say because the score was 4-1. We saw PSG with Pochettino playing against a team like Barca. They did a wonderful job. Completely just dominated Barcelona.
Yeah, let's go through the goals and then we can talk about the rest important parts of the game. So, Barcelona actually scored first. Messi scored in the 27th minute from the penalty, and then Mbappe scored in the 32nd minute. Verratti played a beautiful ball, and then Mbappe took 3 touches inside the box and then finished it well from the close range. And then the 65th minute, PSG went up 2-1.
Yeah.
The build-up was similar. Florenzi connected well from the flank, and then he passed it inside the box, and then Mbappe again finished it in a very beautiful way. And then Moise Kean scored a header in the 70th minute, and then in the 85th minute, Mbappe got his hat-trick. Draxler got the assist. He ran through the middle of the pitch and then just laid it off to Mbappe, and then it was again a beautiful finish from the French youngster.
Yeah, so really quick, I want to talk about the first half and the first part of it. I think up to the 27th minute, Barcelona was doing not bad. I don't think the penalty that was given was actually a penalty in my opinion, because I didn't really see the contact myself, but people said if you look at it in some weird angle, there's like a little bit of contact that you can see, and I don't think that was definitely enough, because the same people that argue for, that little bit of contact is enough are the same ones that say, oh yeah, well, these players are diving when other players are getting penalties and stuff.
Yeah, and how they got the penalty, so Messi played a good ball. He just came out of nowhere. He just exploded and gave a wonderful pass inside the box, and then Frankie de Jong, he fell down. And then, this type of the player that Messi is going to be now, if you agree with me, because he's going to be like this, quiet, and then he gets the ball, he's going to create chances like this that are very dangerous.
Yeah, to be fair, didn't really see that much of Messi in this game. He was not one of the leading players in my opinion after that penalty. Yeah, I think he didn't run that much either. We saw him like walk around and stuff, but that's just how Messi is. But yeah, I think overall, PSG definitely played their attacks through Mbappe through the left wing in the beginning. They tried it, and Serginho Dest did a good job of locking him down in the beginning. He was really giving Mbappe a hard time.
He was okay, yeah.
Yeah, which is when Pochettino, like after the 25th minute, he decided to overload the middle instead. He shifted Mbappe and Moise Kean more into the middle, so it was Mbappe, Icardi, and Kean. It was 3 of them, and the defense, it was basically Busquets, Lenglet, and then Piqué. Those guys just crumbled. They couldn't handle it, and even for the first goal for PSG, for example, a beautiful ball to Mbappe. Mbappe dribbled past Lenglet, which I think Lenglet could have done a way better job. He could have at least tried to put more pressure or mark him better so that Ter Stegen could have a chance to save that. But no, there was no chance for them.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. And talking about Dest and Mbappe just, I think he overplayed them, like the whole defense of Barcelona, as you said, and they couldn't control him. They struggled with his pace, and like the way they used Kurzawa as well on that side, they were really harming Barca because most of the attacks actually were going from that side, and Mbappe did like overplayed Dest. He like passed. I saw a moment when he dribbled past him with just a one movement. It was very nice, and I wouldn't say Dest played very bad, but he could have done better for sure.
To be honest, I don't want to blame Dest on this manner because he really, I think he held up pretty good for Mbappe. Mbappe was just out to have like the best game of his life, so that it looked like it was personal for him, especially with him getting into an argument with Jordi Alba during the corner kick. I think that's when things kind of got personal, and the funny thing is, like, I didn't really see Jordi Alba really besides that incident in the corner. He wasn't really present in the game that much. I think Moise Kean dominated Jordi Alba as well. So
Yeah, I mean, so you started like the stories about Mbappe in this game,
yeah,
and let's also mention Mbappe. What happened before the game that Pochettino told after during the press conference?
post match.
Yep, he said that Mbappe asked him how many times you won, how many times did you win against Barcelona, and Pochettino said just once, and that was with Espanyol. And Mbappe said, "Well, we're gonna win. You're gonna win again today." And he said it, and they did it.
Yeah, you know that just shows the determination PSG had in their game plan and everything. They were definitely out there to win it. And really quick, let's touch like on individual players now. I'm gonna start with Courtois.
Yeah, before we go that way, so we have to say that so Mbappe with this hat trick, he's in the top the Champions League French goal scorers. He's just behind of Thierry Henry and Benzema. So he equaled I think Zidane or he overpassed Zidane, but
Yeah.
now he's third, like in the between the French players who scored in the playoffs.
He's only 20,
One.
21. That's crazy. That's very
Yeah, I mean
impressive.
it's
yeah.
insane. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Now back to Courtois. I think he had a really good game. He was always open because the Barcelona players were just so focused on Mbappe that they forgot that Courtois can run up and attack as well. When he got the ball, he got crosses in. He connected with Mbappe really well. I found that really nice. And who do you want to talk about?
I mean, yeah, same goes for if we say in Barcelona, it was maybe Ousmane Dembele
Yeah.
who looked like he was like trying to open up. He was in the flank. He was also connecting well from the wing with the attacks. Like let's remember the attack that Griezmann had. He actually had two opportunities. The one was in the first half when he went inside the box and then he took an extra touch, which was I think unnecessary, and then it led him to an unsuccessful moment.
I think those two chances were very dangerous. The second one was probably more dangerous.
Yeah, the second one, he picked up the ball and then he just ran down the middle of the pitch, and then Dembele was also running. He was sprinting so fast, it was like a counter attack. But Griezmann decided to not pass the ball to Dembele, and he just tried his luck. But I mean, it was a better chance for him and better try, but it was unlucky.
Yeah, I think the shot was good. It's just the problem was that he started drifting wide to get more free space. And I don't like when, players kind of trade space for time instead, because if he, played the simple pass, or if he just, if he would have risked shooting it from farther out, but, if he was more centered, it could have been more dangerous, but I think it was a really good shot for the position in which he was.
Yeah, and we also, of course, we have to talk about Moise Kean.
Yeah.
He scored his goal in this Champions League. It was an important goal as well. It was the third goal. And yeah, I mean, this is basically that goal, like almost killed, but it did kill Barcelona.
Yeah.
After this goal, things got changed. Koeman started panicking. He went for the substitutions that exactly didn't make a big of a sense for me. And yeah, I mean, he's doing well in PSG right now. He's scoring. Isn't he like third or second top goal scorer in the team right now?
Yeah, I think so. And then about the substitutions, I think the players that were brought in, I wouldn't say it didn't make sense because he didn't really bring any defensive players in besides for Mingueza that he replaced Dest, and I could understand that Dest came back from an injury and he wasn't having the best time of his life, so it only made sense. But then I don't think Braithwaite is really a good, striking substitute that can like go in and have like an impact on the game against PSG when you're down like that. So
I mean, yeah, I mean this is the state of the club right now. How is like PSG and Barcelona? So before we talk about it, let's go through what kind of changes Pochettino made in the second half. He subbed in Tilo Kehrer, Danilo Pereira, Draxler, and Ander Herrera. So I mean, these changes actually did make a sense because he like refreshed the team and he put like three defensive players to like, I don't want to say to hold the score because they did score,
because
but like
they did, yeah.
to control the game, to like to control it even better. And actually Herrera is the kind of player who does it well. He's like in the center of the midfield. He reads the game well.
Very active,
Yeah,
dynamic
active.
player.
Yep. And then Draxler actually he got the assist. It was a nice run for him, and he laid it off for Mbappe, and it was a beautiful finish.
Yeah, overall, PSG was just better as a team, and when it came to individual talent, Mbappe was the player that made the difference.
Yeah, and even collectively, PSG were way better. They worked better. They were creating more chances. And we also have to mention Marco Verratti. The way he played was outstanding. I was actually surprised. But I mean, when Pochettino came to PSG, because like the players are kind of injured, the players who can play in that position, and for this game, Pochettino decided to not put Sarabia as a playmaker. He put Verratti in that position, and Verratti did a great job. Like the pass that created the first goal, it was amazing.
Yeah, I think Verratti wasn't there just to attack. He helped out in the defense. He had a couple really good tackles. And yeah, he has both Sarabia and Draxler, but instead he went with Verratti, and it worked out really well.
Yeah.
But he also mentioned that he'd like to, bring in Ericsson or Dele Alli from
that was before
his ex-Tottenham players. Yeah, and I think it's very nice, but we'll see what happens with that. But I also want to touch base on the two CDMs that played. Gueye and Paredes. Gueye and Paredes did a wonderful job, in my opinion. They really pressured Barcelona and didn't give them the freedom to just pass around how they like to.
Yeah, I mean this score
says it all. Yeah.
Says it all. But I mean, if you look at the performances of the teams, how they perform in the league and how they perform in the Champions League, it's actually I'm a little surprised because PSG are kind of struggling in the Ligue 1 right now because they are dropping points, as we know, and they are not actually first. And there's a chance that this year someone might win a French league, not PSG. But I mean, after this performance, it looks like PSG, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe this might mean that the French division is getting stronger. Teams are getting more competitive, which is just lovely to see, in my opinion. And I mean, like, obviously PSG did struggle in a couple areas. To be specific, probably Kimpembe, he caused a couple problems here and there. You can talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest that comes to my mind is kind of in the first half. He was like settling in, but not so well. He was clumsy, making some mistakes.
Yeah.
And he fouled on someone. I think Messi. It was, and then the Barca earned a dangerous free kick. I think he elbowed someone.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, overall, Kimpembe was kind of nervous, I think, because I mean, yeah, this was a huge game.
To be honest, I think that's about it. I mean, like, what else really didn't work out for PSG? I think they did a really good job. And, besides the fact that penalty shouldn't have been given, it could have been 4-0, so...
Yeah, I mean, Mbappe, we have to, of course, praise Mbappe.
Yeah.
3 goals, incredible, amazing. Some people said that Mbappe is not a big game player and he's overrated. But, I mean, even in the World Cup, France won it thanks to Mbappe as well. He put a huge impact. And today he just proved everyone wrong by this performance.
Yeah, there's really nothing to say about Mbappe after that. It's just phenomenal, yeah.
Yeah, and the biggest lessons that we learned from this game is, like, I mean, we see the difference now between a top manager and a manager like Koeman, right?
Yeah.
How, like, they prepare their team for this type of matches. Pochettino had his game plan. He had players, and they did it very well. They took care of the job. But Koeman, they tried to do something, but as soon as something went wrong, they did not have a plan B.
I didn't really see Koeman being that active either. After the goal started going in, he just looked depressed. That's it, and that's not really how a manager that manages a team like Barcelona should be looking during a game like this.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, and this is like what it is right now. PSG are turning. I mean, they are a top club, but this was hunting them for a long, long time. This is how Barca came back in the previous time when they met in the Champions League. But now they got their revenge, and they were the finalists in the last season. How far do you think they can go?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think right now the best contenders probably for the finals are Bayern Munich,
Manchester City,
and PSG. All these 3 teams are they're just looking fabulous right now, in my opinion. And I don't know, Juventus, not really because they lost the part.
We're gonna talk about it today. So yeah, it was amazing, and it was nice to break down this game.
Actually, maybe Atletico Madrid. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, they're facing Chelsea.
Yeah, that's also a tough opponent with
Yeah.
Tuchel right now managing them.
Yeah, we'll make another video for that because are they playing next week? I think so.
I think so.
So now let's move on to the second game that happened that day. Leipzig played against Liverpool, and this game was played in the neutral side.
Yeah.
It was played in Hungary, in
yeah.
Budapest. Yeah, and Liverpool came out on top. They won 2-0. What do you want to say about this game?
I think, I think Leipzig just played horrible. That's how I see it, in my opinion.
I mean, I horrible would be too strong. I don't want to say too horrible because in the first half, actually, they could have scored because, like, in the beginning of the game, Dani Olmo hit the post with a header, and overall, Leipzig just the biggest thing that we have to say before we say anything else, Nagelsmann kind of went weird in this type of game. He put Tyler Adams as a left winger, and then Olmo was kind of a false nine.
Yeah.
He was like almost everywhere in the attack, and then Nkunku kind of makes sense.
A right winger, yeah, it makes sense.
He can do that. He can play there. But the game plan that Leipzig had for this game, I have to say, no one played against Liverpool like this season because the defensive line was so high. He Nagelsmann told them just go out there and pressure them until they died.
I even saw Angelino attacking a lot.
Yeah.
He was basically a left winger.
The pressing was so high and crazy that it was incredible, and Liverpool actually dealt with it very well.
Yeah, I think Liverpool had a pretty good game, to be fair. The score kind of reflects how the game went. It wasn't like obvious, Liverpool just dominated and stuff, but they did have a goal that was canceled by VAR in the first half.
Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they still won 2-0, so.
But I mean, yeah, how the goals came are like kind of weird because it was both of them were a mistake, right? Both of them.
Yeah.
The defensive mistakes. I think the first one was when Sabitzer played it back and it was a bad pass, and Mukiele did not expect it, and Salah, I think he just took the ball one-on-one against Gulaci and scored it.
Yeah, I think both Mukiele and Upamecano kind of struggled with the speed aspect of it. I think Salah and Mane just were running circles around them. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, and this goals actually came like one after because in the 53rd minute and then in the 58th minute. But I mean, Leipzig, they fought well until the end, you have to say. They did not change their game plan. One thing that I like about Nagelsmann is that if something goes wrong, he just goes for it and changes it, because he did put strikers like in the 70-something minute. He subbed in Huang Qin. What's his name?
I'm sorry, I don't know. Yeah.
I want to say it correctly. Huang.
Okay,
Huang
yeah.
something. Yeah, Huang and Yusuf Poulsen.
Yeah.
He subbed in two strikers, and of course he put Orban because as we know the defender struggled. I think he subbed off Mukiele, right?
Yeah, Mukiele struggled, but I think he had attacking players. I really would like to know why he didn't use them. Even Kluivert could have been played as a left winger or something.
I mean, Kluivert doesn't even play much because I think Nagelsmann doesn't even trust him that much.
It'd still be better than playing Tyler Adams, a CDM, as a left winger. Yeah, we got to see Ozan Kabak play again too. New signing.
He didn't do too bad this time.
He did a pretty good job. He had like a 7.1 rating or something. That's really good. Finally Liverpool are okay in depth wise, and I think Klopp knows what he's doing right now. So.
Yeah, but I mean, you see, so he subbed in strikers, right? Huang and Poulsen. Actually, Huang had a chance in like 89th minute.
Yeah.
He was like almost one-on-one against Alisson, and I think Alisson saved it, or Huang, it was wide, but it was a very good chance for him to score. And I mean, this is what happened when he subbed in attackers, and they could have actually scored.
Yeah, so I think it was just they started with the wrong game plan. That's how I see this. I don't know. I think Leipzig could have gotten more from this game if they had started right.
Yeah, I mean, before this game, I was very choosing carefully, very carefully, which match to watch, Barcelona or PSG or Leipzig against Liverpool, and then you said we should watch PSG. I think
It was
you
pretty
were
obvious
correct.
to me. It was pretty obvious that, you know.
But I mean, this game was looked very promising, like the style of their game, because this was more predictable, like what to expect from the teams. Because Barcelona and PSG, I did not expect they're like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who would have thought, you know, 4-1, Barca gets shattered. So, I think, yeah, definitely that game was more interesting.
Yeah, how do you think the second leg will go for these teams?
It's totally, you know, kind of confusing to me because, again, it's going to be on neutral ground. So, I don't know how
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how the away goals are going to work or something. But, yeah.
Yeah, but not that. How's the game do you think is gonna go?
I think Liverpool are supposed to get a couple of their players back from injury and stuff. And then maybe Leipzig will actually play attackers this time.
Yeah, I mean
so-
that's what I was gonna say because I think Nagelsmann will for sure change like his lineup.
Yeah.
He will go with a different lineup for sure. He will put some attacking players.
You can only hope that he does, so.
Yeah, do you think Leipzig can actually do something after a 2-0 loss against Liverpool?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, Liverpool, I wouldn't really. I don't want to say they're going to slip or, like, anything like that, but I think it's possible. Nagelsmann is a really good coach, and even though, you know, Klopp is very experienced, I think if anyone could do it, it's probably Leipzig. They can score. We've seen it in the past, so.
Yeah, but I mean I think the most the player that stood out from Leipzig was Angelino.
Yeah.
He was like down the left wing or defense attack, creating moments. He's pretty good. I really like him as a player.
Yeah, I remember that one moment he had is I think he had a pretty good chance. He took a shot with his left. It went way far wide.
But the position was so good, and he was in a good position. But I mean, he's not an attacker, right?
You wouldn't
can
expect
cross,
him to like.
He can
score,
cross
yeah.
and do stuff, but not like finishing.
Like who knows if like an attacking player was in his position, that could have been a goal easily. Yeah.
So now let's talk about Porto against Juventus. What do you think about this game?
I think this one was a surprise. Juventus lost 2-1.
I did not expect this.
Yeah, who would have thought? You know, and you know the first goal went in the second minute by Taremi. It was just ridiculous. Juventus did not. They were basically asleep when the match kicked off.
Yeah, exactly. What I want to say. So like the first goal that they scored in the second minute, and then the second goal that they scored in the 46th minute. This tells about it because when you look at the goals itself, straight off pass attack, they just kick the ball up front and start pressuring, and then they get that chance and they used it.
Yeah, basically they both came in the beginning of each half. Again, Juventus was sleeping in the beginning of each half, but yeah, the first goal, Taremi that scored, it was a ridiculous mistake by Bentancur. I don't know why he was even that low in the defense.
God, yeah, it was so bad.
Yeah, so he got the ball. He wasn't even looking at his left side, and he was passing in that direction. He played like the softest pass ever to Szczesny.
Szczesny was like surprised.
And he's not allowed to pick it up too,
Yeah.
so he had to like try to tackle or something. Taremi is obviously closer to the ball, so it was ridiculous in my opinion. All the players were getting mad at him and stuff, which is only right. So.
But I mean, we know Porto can score goals because even in the Portuguese league and then this Champions League campaign, they did like score goals. And if you didn't expect like Porto to win, I was expecting for them actually to score a goal for sure, but they scored two actually.
Yeah, you know, the second goal was also a mistake.
Yeah.
That just says a lot about Juventus. They were really unprepared in my opinion. Pirlo didn't start Morata, which I think was a huge mistake. Morata is like the third goal scorer in the Champions League, which I don't know what he was thinking about. Maybe he didn't take Porto seriously enough or something.
Yeah, but I mean, even when you look at the chance creation, right? What was that? Like Juventus would just kick the ball, try to shoot from the outside of the box, and then just hope for something to happen there for some magic.
Yeah, also, I want to talk about how Chiellini got subbed off in like the 36th minute. They had to bring in Demiral. I think Chiellini like got injured or something. I'm not really sure. He couldn't like really carry on, so he just asked to get subbed off, and then I don't know. It didn't look too good in my opinion. And even I want to talk about Rabiot. I think he was one of the better players. I know he gets disliked a lot, and I didn't like how Kulusevski played. I think he really misused his chances and stuff.
Yeah.
But Rabiot,
He actually had his chance from the corner.
yeah,
Remember?
Rabiot, he had like an overhead kick,
Yeah.
which was I think really good.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, the keeper got to it though. Also, he was the one that assisted Chiesa the goal in like the 82nd minute, if I'm
I
not
mean,
wrong.
that also kind of came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, so I think Rabiot played a really good ball. Chiesa just a fabulous finish. He placed it in one touch. He just directed the ball in the net.
It was off the ground.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I think Ronaldo didn't have the best game of his life. That was kind of bad. There was like an embarrassing moment for him when he received the ball. He kind of like put it in the air for himself and he tried to like scissor kick it, but he missed the ball. That looked kind of funny, but what else? There was a penalty instance in the end of the game.
I don't think that was a penalty, to be honest.
I want to talk about that because basically Ronaldo got a long ball in the air, got control over the ball. So basically he has the ball and the Porto defender runs into him and they both fall down. I think if you're going to give De Jong a penalty, you have to give to that a penalty too, which is, it only makes sense. And then people say, oh yeah, well, Ronaldo started falling before the defender ran into him. But then the thing that I have the counter argument for that is he already got control over the ball before he started falling. And I think the only reason he did start falling is because he saw the defender like run at him at max speed, that's going to be a collision, so.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, I don't think, to be honest, no, that wasn't enough for a penalty, no matter what people say. And what's important for Juventus is actually they got the away goal, which is huge. This changes completely the picture now. And like, this is gonna help them for sure because before the game, Juventus were the favorites.
Yeah.
And the second leg, actually, we're gonna see an interesting game.
To be honest, I think Pirlo did the same mistake as Nagelsmann. He didn't approach the game right. He played McKennie as a left mid, which, I know McKennie played that quite often this season, But I think instead of playing Bentancur in the center mid position, just shift McKennie down into a center mid position. Take Kulusevski out, put Morata in, and, play someone in the left mid or put Kulusevski in the left mid.
Yeah, it was kind of a 4-2-4, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of a defensive version. I mean, I think this was the bad match to like kind of make improvisations in this type of stage because even we go back to last year's Champions League, Juventus were actually in the similar position when they lost to Lyon, right, 1-0, when Sarri was in charge, and then he got sacked after that. Yeah, I mean, in the Serie A, Juventus are not doing so bad because
they're doing pretty
the
good,
last games, the quality was actually pretty good, the way they played.
I think if you're going to use Ronaldo, you need Morata right now in the Juventus side. I think Morata has really changed as a player, developed, he's grown. When you look at Morata now, you can see a lot of things that he's mimicking Ronaldo, like the movement, the way he handles the ball and everything, and it's really nice to see because he's actually a very dangerous striker now. So
I mean, yeah, they played in Real Madrid together as well when Morata was so young.
So I mean, like for the second leg, Juventus can only hope that, Ronaldo can salvage them and take them through like he did against Atletico Madrid even, so
it's going to be interesting to see actually. And Pepe was amazing as well.
He played a really good game.
He was good, yeah. I mean, Porto, they took care of the business. They played well.
Basically, you can look at this in several ways because Porto basically lined up in the same formation as Juventus. I don't know if you want to call it a 4-2-4 or a 4-4-2, depends on how you look at it. But since it's more defensive, like you said, it's more of a 4-4-2 rather than a 4-2-4, so yeah.
So let's talk about the last game. Sevilla played at home against Dortmund. It was an interesting game as well. 5 goals were scored. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, 3-2. It was very eventful in my opinion. Do you want to go goal after goal? Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. First of all, we have to mention Erling Haaland. He scored 2 goals. And do you want to say what he said after he watched the?
Yeah. Basically, Holland, made a little joke. He said after watching, the PSG game, he said, seeing Mbappe score that hat trick really motivated me. So thanks to him.
Yeah, I mean, I love Holland just for this interview.
Holland's interviews are just another level. Yeah.
Different story. So yeah, Holland had the brace. So Suso in the 7th minute opened the scoreline. It was a very beautiful move. He dribbled past the defender and then he shot it and then it deflected from Hummels' leg into the goal. It was tough for Hitz to deal with it. And then Dahoud came with a bomb.
Yeah, he responded with a shot even better than that.
Yep, that was in 19th minute.
Looking at Dahoud's past, I used to watch him play for Mönchengladbach, and I know that he's capable of stuff like this because he's a really good long shot taker and a really good long passer. So, I wasn't really surprised, but it was just a beautiful goal. So
yeah, it was a bomb. And Holland then, he scored in the 27th minute. That was his first goal. It was a very nice attack actually. And Sancho gave a beautiful pass.
Yeah.
He flicked it. And then Holland, he's an animal. He finished it aggressively. And then in the 43rd minute, by the end of the half, Holland again. He was in a really good position and then he just clicks moments like that and he scored it. And then in the 84th minute, actually, Oscar, the Real Madrid player from the Real Madrid's academy, he crossed the ball from the free kick, and then Luke De Jong, he's really good
in the air.
The air, but that was not a header actually. That was like a half volley.
I know,
yeah, it was a very good finish. Now let's talk about the game.
Yeah, again, this is also a game where individual talent really came through. Holland, yeah, you can say his name however many times you want to. And after the game, the pictures of, throughout the game there's pictures of Holland, before he scores the goals, how he's running onto the ball. It's really scary, to be honest. If you're like the goalkeeper and you're seeing just Holland run in front of you with the ball so aggressively, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, but I want to talk about Sevilla as well.
Yeah.
So, in the first half, Sevilla started well. This was expected for Sevilla to control the ball, to have the possession, which they did. And Alejandro Gomez, the signing from Atalanta, it's a really good addition for them to do that because I feel like Lopetegui, he was missing a player like that. And after they sold Reguilon and
Jesus Navas was also out this game.
No, he did play. He came back for this game.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, but I'm saying they lost Reguilon, who was very important for them, and now they got a very good signing. And he didn't do too bad in this game, but I think Sevilla were kind of unlucky because they also had their chances, but they did not use them as good as Dortmund did.
Yeah, this is a match that really showed how good of a coach Lopetegui is, to be honest. And I rate him really highly because he really developed and turned these Sevilla players into his own, into his own play style. And he's taking the best out of them right now.
Yeah, and the class of the players, starting from defense, we have Jules Koundé, Diego Carlos. Even 2 seasons ago, they weren't this good.
Now they're both two main center backs.
They're world-class players, we can say. Koundé, he is capable of making to the French team.
Targeted by Real Madrid right now, yeah.
And Banu, the goalkeeper, also came out of kind of nowhere. He's a good goalkeeper. And then we have Jesus Navas, experienced right back. You can't say anything about him.
And really quick, looking back at Jesus Navas' stats, it's very impressive in my opinion for a right back. He's had really good seasons in Sevilla, I think 4 of them, if I'm not wrong, where he had over 10 assists. And there was one season where he scored a lot of goals too. And when he actually joined City, he was a first team player there. And he gave 10 assists or more, I think. So yeah, this was very impressive. And like you said, they lost Reguilon, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in this game, the way Lopetegui approached the game, it was not a surprise. A classic 4-3-3.
Yeah.
He has Suso up front, Enesiri, and then Alejandro Gomez, and then the midfield was solid. The midfield, Rakitic,
Fernando, who's really good in my opinion.
Jordan, yeah. I mean, Sevilla, they did not concede a goal in like 5 games in a row in La Liga actually,
Yeah.
which was very impressive. But if we talk about Dortmund, so they used like a triangle up front
Yeah. Yeah.
four defenders, and then they had three midfielders. It's Emre Can, Dahoud, and
Bellingham. Yeah. Jude
Bellingham, and Jude, and up front he had as cams Sancho and Royce and Haaland up front.
Yeah, and Sancho and Royce, it was more of like a right attacking mid, left attacking mid. They really used the width, because I wouldn't say it was too central. But then also, for Sevilla, Ocampos was out. I think they could have used him too. But yeah, and then Dortmund didn't play Reina this time. That was kind of a mistake, but they still got the win, so.
Yeah, I mean, Edin Terzic is the manager of Dortmund right now, and actually, this is a very crucial win for them because before this game, Sevilla were actually the favorites.
Yeah.
But Dortmund are known for scoring a lot of goals because their attacking force is so powerful. And Dortmund are struggling in the Bundesliga. They're dropping points to the teams that actually contenders for the Champions League positions, like their rivals, and they're dropping points. But in this game, they won. I was a little surprised.
Also, the other interesting thing is we saw Mateo Morey play, the young Spanish right back. He started. I think it wasn't too bad. It wasn't, but there was certainly moments where you were like, yeah, this just proves that he's young. He still doesn't have that much experience.
Yeah, but Morey is nothing new because Lucien Favre
Also
he started him playing and then he got fired, and then his assistant
just kept trusting him. Yeah,
he kept doing what he was doing. So yeah, Dortmund got the win. What do you think? What's gonna happen in the second game?
I think it should be similar again. They're gonna fight for it.
I mean, both of the teams have nothing to lose, right? Especially Sevilla.
And both of these teams are actually very strong and kind of underrated at the moment because, especially Sevilla, I mean, like, just solid squad in my opinion. This Sevilla team is better than Barcelona, if you ask me. So
yeah, Sevilla, I think they're third right now in La
Yeah.
Liga, or fourth. Yeah, they're fourth.
fourth.
I think they're like 3 points behind Barcelona.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is very impressive. You have to give the credit to Lopetegui. How he managed to turn around this team and actually made them to a team that made it to like the last stage of the Champions League round of 16.
Yeah.
This is great.
And also, more about the width of Dortmund. Basically, it wasn't just Sancho and Royce that went wide too, but when you have a player like Guerrero, he was definitely going up and stuff. And Morey is also young, and he has attacking qualities as well. So
Yeah, but for Dortmund, like they struggled, right, their last games. And this was more like I think about the lack of leadership because Hummels kind of, I don't know, he lost or he was never a kind of a leader, I think.
I think for Hummels, it's just like a drop in form right now. I think he's gonna get back to how he was.
Yeah, or Emre Can, sometimes he like yells around, shows people where to go, what to do. He's like that type of player. I don't know, Dortmund kind of, they lack the leadership still a little bit, but they did well in this game.
How I see it is, it's just that Royce, he's been doing the leader role for the last 8 years at least.
But yeah, as we know, Royce is like a glass. You drop him and he gets injured.
Exactly, and when Royce is providing the leadership part, and then you have to rely on Haaland for the actual emotional boost, for the motivation, he still shows them, yeah, we're still in this. I can score. You guys just have to play the passes.
And Haaland actually, he's the top goal scorer in the Champions League right now. He has 8 in 5 games. How nice is that?
Haaland is an absolute machine. He's only 19 years of age. This is also insane. We could be seeing the start of the next rivalry for the next 10 years right now.
Maybe Mbappe and Haaland.
Yeah.
Because, both of them were really, really impressive.
And in my opinion, the other young player that probably comes closest to their level is Phil Foden. That's how I see it. The guy's also
very
a
nice
machine, yeah. We saw how he played against Liverpool too. Fabulous goal. He's just
he is just quality.
Another level
passing.
too,
yeah, he's a very nice midfielder. But I mean, who do you think is gonna go through in this tie, Sevilla or Dortmund? Your prediction?
This is very tough. Dortmund do have the lead.
And they have 3 away goals.
Yeah, so
huge.
I'm gonna go with Dortmund because they have an advantage, but then I wouldn't be surprised if Sevilla went through either. That's how I see it.
What if Sevilla wins 2-1, who goes through? 2-1.
Yeah, the Sevilla goes through by 1 goal. Yeah.
See, I mean, this score is very possible.
Or no, it's
No?
4-4 on aggregate. So Dortmund is supposed to go through on away goals. Yeah.
So
that's
you
right.
see, Sevilla has to win 2-0 or 3-1.
Yes. Yeah. 3.
That's very unlikely if you look at that.
Yeah, technically, and then if it is 3-2 somehow, it's just extra time. So
yeah. So this is it for today's video. It was really nice discussing these matches. It was very interesting to talk about these games. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, also, I hope you like this video. Leave a like and then comment down your prediction. And, if you want to see our review on the next week's results, you should definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.